Hey guys, so today I thought I would do a full face of ILIA beauty makeup. They just sent over this really just generous box of goodies, and I was all set on purchasing their new highlighters and their new bronzers, and they actually sent some over. So I'm really excited to try those new products out. I also wanted to try their Super Serum Skin Tint SPF 40 out again. Did I do a dedicated video to this? I don't know. I can't remember if I did a dedicated video to this or if I included this in like a clean beauty video. Anyway, I know I've included this in a video, and when I used it, it balled up a little bit and I had like all of my, you know, skincare down or whatever. And ILIA actually reached out to me and they were like, try it with very minimal skincare or no skincare because there's a lot of skincare in this foundation. So all I put on today was, well, I washed my face, I put some toner on, and then I put on my SPF. So I've been using the Tom Ford Face Protect Broad Spectrum SPF 50. I'm actually almost done with this, but I do have a layer of this down because the SPF that's in foundation generally isn't enough, but there is SPF included in here. It's an SPF 40. Anyway, we're gonna be using this again. This is their newest foundation, and let's take a look at what they sent me. I'm pretty sure I have a full face here. So yes, we have the bronzing powder, the highlighting powder. Very excited for that. Oh, we have an eyeshadow palette, which I'm really excited for as well. They did also send over their True Skin Serum Foundation. This one has been out for a while and I did want to try this one again. So we're gonna stick to this one. Oh, they included some powder, which has SPF 20. I'm gonna be set today. Concealer, mascara, 2 of their tinted lip conditioners. That sounds right up my alley. And then one of their multi-sticks. Oh, in the shade All of Me. This is another product of theirs that I've been really dying to try. So a big thank you to ILIA for sending over these products. This is not a sponsored video in any way. They just sent over these products for me to try out for you guys. So let's dive right in. I'm going to apply the Skin Tint SPF 40 and I have it in the shade ST4 Formosa. All right, so shake well for sure, and then dispense 1/4 of a dropper into palms of hand and apply like a serum. So I'm gonna apply this with my hands. I did 3 drops, which seemed like 1/4 of the dropper. And then press. And guess what? No balling up. I'm gonna do a few more. Yeah, no balling up. That is great. And in case you missed my first video when I talked about this, or you guys haven't heard about this particular foundation, it does have hyaluronic acids in there. There is plant-based squalane in there, and there is also niacinamide. Yeah, this is definitely more of, I think, a skincare product than a makeup product. It definitely feels like a serum. It goes on like a serum. It's a super serum skin tint, so it's like a tinted serum versus like a tinted moisturizer. It's really, really nice on the skin. I have very, very dry skin. I can really only speak to dry skin, and I think this is great for dry skin because it's so moisturizing. The squalane is really nice. It's really smooth, but not in a silicone kind of way, and it's not slimy and it's not balmy. I don't know, it just has such a unique kind of slick texture to it. And it seems to form like a really nice kind of like barrier for dry skin. I'm just a really big fan of that particular ingredient. Hyaluronic acid is always, of course, welcome. And niacinamide is also really great too. And it's also silicone-free, fragrance-free, chemical screen-free, oil-free, non-comedogenic, and safe for sensitive skin. Again, which I have, so that is awesome. And the SPF in here is 12% zinc oxide, so it is 100% physical mineral sunscreen versus any sort of chemical sunscreen, which is wonderful. All right, so that is the Super Serum Skin Tint in Formosa on my skin. Much more successful this time around. Versus the first time around when I had all that skincare down and it was like balling up a little bit. My lips are actually really dry, so I'm gonna jump right over to these tinted lip conditioners. So I have the shade Little Sister. Here's the Little Sister shade. Nice light pigmentation. And then here is Forever, which looks a little bit deeper. Yeah, a little bit deeper. So I think I'm gonna go with All of Me. feels like lip balm. Yeah, it feels great. It's full of different oils. Castor seed oil, sunflower seed oil, olive fruit oil, orange peel wax. There's a ton of different oils in here and it feels great. It doesn't feel oily though. It just really feels like a balm. It's really nice. And you can see how faint the tinting is. So it's really great for that kind of like no mirror, just throw on application, which I love. All right, let's jump over to powder. So I'm gonna try this Flow Through Radiant Translucent Powder SPF 20. They sent over the shade Moon Dance. So it looks like they have their loose powder in like a regular jar, you know, with a sifter on top that comes in 3 shades. And then they have this dispenser situation where it's like it flows through to the brush here. But this is Moon Dance, which is the lightest shade in the line. So let's see. They have like an open and close. Oh, I gotta turn it all the way around. I was trying to go from close to open, but you have to go all the way around, just FYI. And then there's like a buff setting, which I believe cuts the powder off, but leaves the brush up. Otherwise, if you go to close, it brings the brush all the way down. All right, so I'm just gonna dab. I'm always skeptical of these brush applicators because I don't know how much powder is coming out. So while I'm just kind of applying this all over the face, let me just read you some of the things about this powder. So it's talc free, it's SPF 20. So if you like to kind of like reapply powder during the day, you can be reapplying SPF at the same time, which is awesome. It's formulated with aloe leaf extract to keep skin feeling cared for, passion fruit and rosemary oil to soothe and fight inflammation. And this brush is removable if you want to clean it. So that is really good. By the way, you'll see the powder kind of come out of the middle of the brush there. I feel like I can see a little bit of the white in this powder, or maybe it's the SPF. If I were to buy this powder again, I would probably get the second shade in there, which is called Magic Sands. But I love the idea of being able to reapply SPF 20 by just powdering your face. I feel like powders that come in this whole like dispenser system, I mean, that is amazing because you can just take it on the go. Just throw this into your bag and you can like powder, you can reapply SPF all in one. I think that's awesome. So that is the ILIA Radiant Translucent Powder in Moon Dance. Oh, you know what? I forgot to try concealer. I don't think I actually put that much powder around my eyes. So I am going to use this concealer. So this is the True Skin Serum Concealer. I have it in the shade SC 1.5 Suma, and this has medium coverage. It's ultra lightweight. It is clean, silicone, and fragrance free. It has skincare benefits. All right, so this is what the packaging looks like. Really nice. I like this frosted plastic. Just has this nice doe foot applicator. So I'm just gonna tap some right underneath. I told you the shade, right? Yeah, 1.5. Yeah, SC 1.5. I'm just gonna use my fingers and tap in. Definitely very lightweight. It's not sticky or tacky at all. This 1.5 shade works really, really nicely. I like a concealer that's a little bit lighter than, you know, what I would apply to the rest of my face, just, you know, for a little bit of brightening. Okay, I'm just taking a close look at everything. That powder is kind of amazing. It did this really like awesome job, kind of like right around my nose and right where I have like larger pores. Everything looks really like softened. I may have to get a jar of this translucent powder. This is really, really nice. Okay, and then the concealer. The concealer is nice, definitely a medium coverage. It's not full, but it is quite effective. I do feel like it's camouflaged enough for me. Maybe I could use a little bit more, but I think it's fine if I'm going for like a natural everyday look. I do like the shade. It really works well for like brightening. Yeah, it's really nice. I'm gonna apply a little bit more of that powder on top of the concealer just to set that down. Okay, this powder is magical. I love the way like everything just looks like softer. All right, loving this powder. Let's move on to the bronzer and the highlight. For the bronzing powder, again, these are talc free and I have it in the shade Drawn In. Here's what the packaging looks like. Really nice plastic. And then here is, I keep forgetting the name of this, Drawn In. So there is the Drawn In bronzer. I'm excited. And I have another bronzer to include in my bronzer roundup, which is a video I want to do maybe over the next week. I don't know if any more bronzers are going to be coming out, but I'm going to have to cut it off anyway. So I'm going to be including this one and comparing it to all the like new bronzers that I've acquired over the past month or so. All right, I've got my Refer P22 brush. I'm going to dip this in lightly. This is a, you know, straight up pressed powder formula. It's not like a baked gelée or anything. So you don't need a lot of pressure to pick up product. And this bronzer is a matte bronzer, so there's no sheen to it. I personally prefer bronzers with a little bit of sheen, but this is nice. It blended out really nicely. And I really like this shade. For me, it's a very kind of like all over bronzer shade. I can kind of go in and use it to warm up my whole face. It's not really just like a bronzer shade. It's quite nice. I'm trying to figure out the tone of this. I guess it's fairly neutral. I mean, there's a little bit of warmth to it because it is, you know, it is bronzy, but I don't really see too much orange. I don't really see too much red. It's pretty neutral. I mean, it leans a little bit warm, but it is pretty neutral. Okay. Even better for like an all over bronze. I don't feel like I have to be too careful with a bronzer that's neutral, you know? I'm gonna go ham with it. All right, next up, let's try the new Daylight Highlighting Powder. Again, this is talc-free, just like the bronzer, just like the powder. And this is in the shade Decades. So it comes in very similar packaging to the bronzer. Ooh, ooh, doesn't that look nice? Ooh, oh my. Wow, very, very pretty. I'm gonna use my Sonia G Designer Pro brush. Pick up some of this. Oof. Okay. The tone is really nice. It's very golden. It's very golden. It has like a teensy bit of like a golden sheen to it, like a little bit yellow, a little bit on the warm side. The shine is quite nice. It looks very, very satiny. There is the highlight. Isn't that nice? It is very, very glowy. Ooh. All right, let's move on to the multi-stick shea butter, orange peel wax, and avocado oil. I have it in the shade All of Me. And this is one of those sticks I think you can use kind of like all over your face. You can use it as blush, as a lipstick, and they say you can use a finger or a brush. And this is what the stick looks like. And here, ooh, here is the All of Me color. I'm gonna use my Chikuhodo T3 brush. It's like a very small flat top kabuki brush. I'm just gonna run it over the stick. And I'm just going to pounce. Ooh, lovely. This is like the perfect everyday shade. It's like not too pinky, not too corally, not too red. It's like right in the middle. I know I have that tinted lip conditioner on, but I'm just gonna pat some of this on. Okay, my love for cream blush just keeps going and going. This is a lovely product. Wow. There's something about the application, at least with this brush, it looks really like blown out. Sometimes cream blushes, they take a little bit to kind of like blend in and make sure like, you know, the edges are like blended out and blown out or whatever. It was really effortless with this one. Let's see, what do we have left? We have the mascara and the eyeshadow. So let's do that right now. I just opened up the eyeshadow. So this is the Necessary eyeshadow palette, again, talc-free, and this is in the Color Story Warm Nude. They have, oh, they have two palettes. So they have the Warm Nude, which is what they sent me, and then they also have a Cool Nude, which looks a little bit more plummy and mauvey. So the Warm Nude looks lovely and appropriately named. See, there's 6 shades. 2 of them look to be shimmery, and then we'll see if the rest are matte. Here are the 6 shades. Wow, look at those shimmers. Don't those look beautiful? And then the 4 other shades, I'll call them matte, but they're not really dry, flat mattes. They almost have a creaminess to them. They're like a demi-matte. All right, I'm gonna start with my Refer number 7 brush. I'm gonna go into this matte shade up here. There's a mirror in this compact, by the way, and it's a decent size. Next, I'm going to use my Sonia G Crease Pro Brush and go into the next deeper matte shade. Add this to the outer corner and the crease area. I actually really like that shade, so I'm going to take my Sonia G Builder 3 brush. I'm going to go into that shade again, this kind of peachy matte shade. And I'm going to swipe this all over my lid. It's a really pretty peachy color. It's not too light. It's actually more like a clay color. Well, these are blending out beautifully. I am quite impressed. Okay, I'm going to continue on. I'm going to use the Sonia G Mini Booster. I'm going to go into this red shade down here and just deepen up the outer corners a bit. Wow, that was so easy. Look how nice that's blending in. Next, I'm going to take the Sonia G Builder Pro brush and go into this shimmer shade. Just put some in the inner corner here. And then let's see if this dark brown shade is deep enough to line my eyes. So I'm going to grab my Esom T05 brush. Wow, I have to say, I really love this little eyeshadow palette. I think it performs beautifully. I feel like the shadows went on like they were already blended. It just had this really beautiful kind of like soft effect. They're not too powdery. They weren't like too hard to like work in. Really, really easy to use. I'm very impressed with that eyeshadow palette. All right, next let's try the ILIA Limitless Lash Mascara. I have it in the shade After Midnight, and it comes in this beautiful packaging. The ILIA packaging is quite nice, I have to say. Oh, and this is made in Italy. Everything else is made in the US. This mascara is made in Italy. Let me curl my eyelashes first. And here is the wand. Oh, how interesting. It's like an optical illusion. So I feel like the bristles are longer on this side. They're shorter on this side. It's definitely a plastic bristle brush. And yeah, like the bristle lengths are different all the way around. Okay, I guess I'll try the long side. Not that I have long lashes. Let's try the short side. The texture seems nice. I don't like really wet or liquidy mascaras. I also don't like them really dry. If anything, I like them on the drier side, but something right in the middle is definitely best, and this seems right in the middle in terms of texture-wise. It definitely, for me, thickens a little bit more than it does for length. Yeah, the more coats I put on, I feel like the thicker it's getting. So it only comes in this one shade. It's gentle enough for sensitive eyes, 99% natural and 100% safe formula. Also contains organic shea butter and fortifying keratin to help boost and enhance your lashes. It says use the shorter side of the bristles. Use the shorter side to curl and create volume, the longer bristles to lift, lengthen, and separate. Well, all right. I think what I'll do is let me try the deeper tinted lip conditioner. This is in the shade Forever. Really pretty. And I guess I'm gonna just leave my brows natural for today. The horror of it. But yeah, so this is my full face of ILIA makeup. My first impressions, this powder, wow. I still feel like it's doing this amazing kind of like soft focus, almost like it's giving my skin like this velvety appearance, but like a very soft, like a very soft velvet appearance. Ooh, it's really, it's very like, I don't want to say it's smoothing. It's just really like softening. Oh, I love that. So big fan of the powder. This was definitely a much better go this time without all of that skincare that I had on underneath, and it still feels great on the skin. It's been about an hour since I put it on. The concealer, quite lovely. It is medium coverage though. If you're looking for something super full, this is not going to be for you. Me personally, I definitely like more of a medium coverage foundation on the day-to-day. It's like just enough for me to like feel like I look awake or whatever. So that was really nice. The bronzer and the highlight, very lovely. I think the tone of the bronzer drawn in is really lovely. It's very, very neutral. I don't know what I was expecting when I opened this up. I thought it was just going to be a little bit warmer, but it's really quite neutral on the skin. I like it. It's very, very light. It's very natural. I think, you know, ILIA, when I look at this line, it's a clean beauty brand. It is a very kind of like natural, no makeup kind of line. And I think this fits like perfectly with the line. I really like the highlighter too. It definitely has like a lot of bling to it. I think the tone is lovely. It went on easily. Like there's nothing complicated with any of these products. The multi-stick, this is stupendous. I mean, I feel like when I dabbed it on, it looked like it was airbrushed on. There's something really nice about this particular formula. The eyeshadow I loved. I feel like it kind of applied itself. These are really nice. I'm very impressed with this line, as you can probably tell. Well, I'm really excited about this ILIA line, and I've mentioned in passing in the past that I have never had the best luck with clean beauty. Some things worked out for me, some things haven't, but I feel like the more I'm trying and the more these clean beauty brands are coming out with new products and reformulating things, I'm really starting to like a lot of their products, where the proportion used to be like the things I liked was less than the things that I didn't like, and now it has completely flip-flopped. I'm really enjoying a lot more of the products and not enjoying just a few things here and there. So again, I'm really impressed with all of these products, and a huge thank you to ILIA for sending this stuff over to me. Thank you so much for your support of my little channel here. I really, really appreciate it. And give this video a thumbs up if you guys enjoyed it. Subscribe down below if you haven't already, and I'll see you in my next video.